At this moment, you're currently looking at an array which is currently running about 100,000 IOPS with sub-millisecond latency and about 58% full. As you can see, I'm now failing a couple of drives. All the drives are protected with at least dual parity. If you see on the GUI, the system is now reporting the 2 drive failures. The system will now go into self-healing mode and start to re-heal itself across all available modules. If you look under the Array tab, you will see the 2 drive failures. If you look at the top right, you will see 2 things. Number 1, the array treats the drive loss a capacity reduction to the system. Also, you will see that there is a parity reduction. It's at a red state right now because we've lost some parity, and in the background, the parity is now at 96% and is slowly climbing back up as the system rebuilds those devices. I've mentioned just now that every segment on the flash array is at least dual parity. However, depending on the right group setup, the flash array can actually fail more drives. So in this example, we will be failing more drives as shown here. In the background, the parity will keep rebuilding and continues to heal around those drive segments. One of the unique things about the flash array is that the architecture is not at all tied to the physical geometry of the drives because of the RAID HA, which is so virtual. So in a situation like this, as the flash array is re-healing those segments, it actually doesn't really care where those segments live in terms of the flash. The architecture is so virtualized in the way the RAID works is that if you power down the system, you can pull out all the drives, swap them around, and put them back in different places, and the flash array doesn't care a bit. And to simulate that, I will now proceed to swap the drives and put them into completely different location. In addition to the flash array not caring about the geometry, whenever a drive is inserted into an array, we actually have signatures which are quite complex for all the data objects. The flash array can actually sense the data objects that are useful. So in this example, as these drives are placed into the system, the flash array will scan the flash modules, understand the data objects that are on the disk itself, and the flash array will start to leverage on those data objects. The parity rebuild here will stop because the system realizes that there are a lot of useful data on the drives, and it will bring the system back up to full parity. So hopefully that gives you a quick tour of what actually happens at the back of the flash array as we work around failures. So now let's flip back to the dashboard, and if you look at the recent history, you can see that the flash array have quite a stable performance through the multi-drive loss. The system was able to rebuild parity, latency is still performing at sub-millisecond while maintaining hundreds and thousands of IOPS with 500 plus megabytes per second bandwidth through that entire drive loss, rebuild and reclaim event. Hopefully that was a good introduction to how resiliency works in the flash array and how RAID HA is unique and different from other arrays out there. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.